Come on, guys, we're gonna be late.
Alright guys, take out your work. Today is, what's today? 3/13.
Was it the notes or the questions?
I did both.
Shoot, whatever.
A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown procedures. A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown procedures. A lockdown has been initiated.
Do you think this is real?
I don't know.
A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown. A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown procedures. A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown procedures. A lockdown has been initiated. Please follow your lockdown procedures. A lockdown.
Alright guys, get back to work. I know whatever happened, it was scary, but continue please.
Hello, we are Timothy Choi
Marin Resco.
Holly Tang.
And Edison Sang.
from Glen A. Wilson HOSA.
Our project is called More Than a Drill: The Effects of Lockdown Drills on Student Mental Health.
Our target audience is students, particularly those who experience lockdown drills at school.
Our goal is to explore how these drills affect emotional well-being and how schools can better support students afterwards.
We chose this topic because lockdowns are something that are becoming increasingly more common in schools. However, their emotional impact often goes overlooked. When a lockdown ends, students are often expected to return immediately to class. But that does not mean that the stress, confusion, and panic has disappeared instantly. Based off real research and real student experiences, we have concluded that these feelings can linger and affect learning and productivity. Thus, we find it important that we focus on not only safety procedures, but also on emotional recovery.
This project also connects directly to our future careers in healthcare. My name is Timothy Choi, and as an aspiring pediatric physician, I learned how stress impacts student health and learning. I also learned the importance of providing support and recognition early. This project has also inspired me to provide care for students' physical and emotional well-being.
My name is Marin Resco, and as an aspiring neuroscience researcher, this project has given me insight into how traumatic events can impact neurologic patterns and behaviors. It also gave me experience searching through abstracts and research papers when gathering information. Finally, it inspired me to observe the patterns of neurology through a new lens, with a focus on real-world behavioral impacts.
Hi, my name is Holly Tang, and I'm an aspiring bioengineer with an interest in youth development. This project has allowed me to gain insight on how lockdowns affect youth learning and development. It has allowed me to create and design infographics that help better speed up recovery for the youth, and has inspired me to build tools that combine both empathy and technology.
Hi, my name is Edison Sang, and as an aspiring pediatrician, this project has allowed me to gain a new understanding on how different environments shape children emotionally, as well as contributing to research allowed me to improve my research skills on online sources. And finally, I'm inspired to support and care for children through my future career as being a pediatrician.
Lockdown drills are designed to prepare students for emergencies, but many only focus on physical procedures. Some drills are too casual, which causes students to not take them seriously. Others may be stressful but lack explanation, which increases fear. Many students also believe that a real threat will never happen to them, which makes drills feel unrealistic. Effective drills should be clear, realistic, and followed by support. Students need to understand both what to do and why it matters.
During or after a lockdown drill, students commonly experience fear, anxiety, and hypervigilance. They may also have difficulty focusing in class or become distracted by rumors. As shown in our data, stress and anxiety levels increase after drills, and in some cases, symptoms of depression can also appear. Even when the situation ends safely, the emotional response can continue, affecting learning and behavior.
Now let's take a look at the impacts on our target audience, which is students. This matters to students because school safety situations, especially unexpected ones, can create fear and anxiety. For example, during a lockdown or drill, students, especially younger ones, may feel scared or unsure of what is happening, making it difficult to stay calm or focused. Another impact is hypervigilance. Students may become overly aware of their surrounding, constantly paying attention to sounds or movements. This can make it harder to concentrate in class and affect their ability to learn. Additionally, rumors and misinformation can spread quickly. When students hear different versions of events through social media or peers, it can cause panic, confusion, and misunderstanding. Overall, these situations affect students emotionally, mentally, and academically, which is why it's important to better understand and address these impacts.
Teen brains are still developing, especially areas responsible for emotional regulation and decision making. Because of this, stress can have a stronger impact on students as compared to adults. Repeated stress can lead to difficulty focusing, completing classwork, and managing emotions.
Over time, repeated exposure to stressful situations can increase anxiety and emotional distress. Some students may experience ongoing issues with sleep, mood, or concentration. Without proper support, this can affect academic performance, decision making, and overall well being. This highlights the need for schools to address emotional well being, not just physical safety.
We recommend 4 key steps for schools. First, acknowledge what happened. Let students know that their reactions are normal. Second, help students calm down through breathing exercises or a short pause. Third, adjust expectations temporarily by reducing academic pressure and checking in with students. Fourth, improve drills by making them realistic, explaining their purpose, and including a debrief afterward. These steps can help students recover emotionally, not just physically.
It's important to realize early signs of mental health challenges in students so that support can be provided as soon as possible. Some common signs include sudden changes in behavior or mood, becoming more withdrawn or quiet, and increased irritability or emotional reactions. Students may also show changes in their school performance, such as struggling to focus, not completing work, or seeing a drop in grade or participation. There can also be physical or stress-related signs, like trouble sleeping, constant fatigue, headaches, or stomach aches. Recognizing these signs early is important because it allows students to get the help they need before the situation becomes more serious, helping support both their well-being and their success in school.
To support someone affected, listen without judgment and take their feelings seriously. Encourage healthy coping strategies such as taking deep breaths or taking breaks. Help guide them back onto a calm routine and, if needed, guide them to a trusted adult or counselor. Remember that support should be early, compassionate, and caring.
To measure the effectiveness of our presentation, we developed a pre and post survey with 5 questions that we gave to our audience before and after watching, so we could see exactly what changed. In total, we collected over 300 responses, which gave us a strong and reliable dataset to work with. On the first question about understanding how lockdowns affect student emotional well-being, we started at 46% agreeing before the presentation. After, that number climbed to 78%, which shows that a lot of students were simply unaware of this issue going in. For the question on whether drills should be taken more seriously, we saw our biggest shift. Before the presentation, 43% agreed, and after, it jumped to 76.5%, with half of all respondents strongly agreeing. That tells us students truly reconsidered how they view lockdown drills after hearing our research. On fear, 55% of students reported feeling afraid when danger felt like it could happen anywhere before our presentation. After, 50% said they now felt less afraid, which suggests that being better informed actually helps reduce that anxiety rather than make it worse. For stress management, we went from 42% of students feeling like they could handle their stress to 57% saying they now knew how to manage it effectively and safely, meaning that the coping strategies we covered made a real difference. And on the final question about how clear information reduces anxiety, we moved from 49% to over 72% agreeing, one of our strongest improvements across the whole survey. Overall, the pre and post data shows that our presentation had a measurable positive impact on our audience. Students walked away more informed, less fearful, and better equipped to recognize and respond to the emotional effects of lockdown drills.
This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time. We hope that this project has given you some insight on school lockdowns.